Hey everybody, it's Paul reporting live from my sofa on Sunday. Before we get started, if you like what I'm cooking and you want to know when it's served, hit that dinner bell button below and the subscribe button, and then whenever it goes off, pull your chair up right next to me and let's dish. Okay, so yesterday or this morning, I don't remember which at this point, I posted a little kind of like laid back video about the new details in the Chris Watts case. And the comment section is just amazing. I've been reading them, and I'm just like, oh, my brain's been going all day long. And so there's so many different things that I wanted to go back over, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make another video where I read through some of the comments and talk about them, the different theories and stuff. Because I just think that this is the funnest part, trying to figure out what's going to happen on March 7th. And there's a lot of people that have either they have a little bit more info than me, or they have different insight or whatever. So again, this is not me coming up with this stuff. I'll give credit where credit's due. But let's just sit here and like go through some of these and talk about them. So the first one I came up with was, and some of these that I'm picking to read through, I'm just gonna literally like sit here and scroll through on my phone right now. But some of them I'm picking just because they came up over and over, and other ones, for whatever reason. So here we go. First one by Coffee Chat. Excuse me. I know this much for a fact. The CBI, FBI, and Colorado police would not go out there just to have a nonchalant chit chat. It's a lot of money to put out to send them all there, and also with it being after the fact. The police, CBI, or FBI have either found more evidence to implicate others in these murders or need to know more to put some things to bed. Also, if it's just chit chat to tell a story what happened that night, it would be to a reporter, not authorities. I think these are very valid points, and a lot of people said something to this similar effect. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, why would they send all these authorities, fly them out there and have this conversation if it was just going to be kind of like, basic information that he could probably just go to 2020 with or something of that nature. So he very well could have, more information that's either implicating or something. So this is a very highly plausible idea here. Okay, let's continue on. I don't think here's another good one by Shaz Grinnock. Sorry, I'm gonna probably butcher some of these names. I don't think we're gonna hear him lay any blame in Kay's feet because someone would have leaked the minute she was brought in for questioning. Let's see here. I don't think it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same, but yes. Yeah, so let's go with that because I've seen this one a lot, which is basically, he's not going to throw any blame in Kay's feet because someone would have leaked the minute. I do feel like if there was like a definitive, implicating her on some level, that, I mean, it's such a hot topic, I think we would have heard about it. And again, I could be wrong, and please, I'm open to suggestion here. But I personally feel this way too. I think I said that in the last video, so yeah, totally agree. And this was an interesting one too here. Maybe he's trying to get a better life, a better prison life by sharing information, living free road. And I had been thinking about that too. I'm like, gosh, what if he's like exchanging information? Like if he was like, you know what, hey, I'll give you A, B, and C if you give me D, E, and F or whatever. Excuse me. I mean, that's very likely. And anything's possible because let's refer back to his original confession video, which I watched again this morning, and I was gonna do, and I might do a video tonight on that one, because I haven't done one on it yet, and it definitely brings up a lot of strong feelings. But then I kept reading the comment section of these. I was like, I have to do this video here. So, but I mean, he could totally hold that over their head. I don't really know. I mean, to me, a better prison life would be solitary confinement because again I'm like I just can't imagine that he's gonna live long. Okay, let me keep reading here. Here's another one. This comes up a bunch. A Little Miss Muffet wrote this. Why are the police going to release this interrogation to the public? They must think the public needs to hear it. Yeah, amen. I think he's going to clear Shanann's name once and for all. And the public needs to hear it to stop the speculation for some people. I mean, absolutely. I personally think also that that's going to be something that can happen. And I just think that that's what's going to take place. I mean, he really did kind of run her name through the mud. I mean, in that original interrogation, and okay, I get the man's a coward. He was in this interrogation. He didn't know what to say. I think he basically just picked, Tammy's idea and came up with that on the spot because it's stuff that basically they could figure out and they already started doing that. I mean, that it did not sound logical. But he just kind of went with it because that's what he did. And I mean, nobody wants to admit that they did what he did. So obviously, it's a way of alleviating some of his responsibility. And so now maybe that he's been away, and this is kind of what I'm thinking. He's had a chance to take it all in, and again, probably hear from his family and all these people, and coming clean. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. Looking forward to it. Me too. They all find Jesus when they're in jail. Amen. Don't they all? Let's see. Now, here's somebody that kind of wrote, Sarah Bartley, about some information about his where he stands as far as being in prison goes. He's been taken off protected custody and is free to walk around in the pod. And this is something that, I mean, I would be curious too. It's my understanding they moved him to the prison he's at, obviously, because, back in his home. It's a very hot topic. Now, pretty much anywhere he's going to go, they're going to know what he did. But probably being away from the actual, state, town, whatever area that it happened in, people might not be as temperamental about it. I still believe that he just probably won't last that long in prison because it was such a heinous crime. Okay, so let's keep going. Here is one of the best comments. Ding, 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 you win. And again, I don't know if this stuff's true. I have not verified these things. I'm just going through and going down the rabbit hole of these. This is by Bergie76. Shanann's brother, Shanann's brother, Frankly. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Shanann's brother, Frankie, allegedly confirmed in a post on Facebook that Watts gave the full information on what happened. Basically just told the whole truth about all the murders. Emphasis on his post was that Shanann was innocent. If so, it seems to me that he was able to listen to the interview before the public. On the flip side, it seems like Ronnie is being willfully ignorant. Like he doesn't understand why they interviewed him, wants to move on, but really isn't interested in knowing anything more now that the case is basically closed. And this goes in deeper. I won't go into the whole thing. But if that's the case and that came out, and I mean, who knows? I don't know if anyone has access to this information or it's a Facebook friend or whatever. I mean, this makes a lot of sense. For whatever reason, I think I said in the first video, I just have a feeling that he's going to kind of come clean and own up to it, and maybe he just had a reckoning of, look, I mean, he obviously took a lot of life, but then the way he confessed and did all that, I mean, the ripple effect of that destruction is strong and deep. Let's see. And this is another comment that somebody's mentioning about him taking the plea deal to keep much of the details to himself, so people wouldn't think bad of him. And, in the confession we see where he's very concerned about that. I mean, as anybody would. I mean, my God, But it's also obvious that it's like, well, yeah, people aren't going to have a great opinion of you when you slaughter your family. But he was very concerned about that. So, excuse me. I don't know if he, again, has just had time to realize, like, look, I am at where I'm going to be at the rest of my life, so let's set the record straight. I mean, I don't know. And now this is, okay, so this is another one, and I'm going to kind of sum up this person's thought here with us. It's Ratchums 2015. And basically they're just saying that, there's a wrongful death suit going on, and so that maybe, essentially what's happening here is that he's doing a trade almost. Like, look, I'll give you the information and clear names so that we don't have to go through any kind of a trial. Because the trial, he would have to go there and probably answer, uncomfortable questions. Like he can kind of be in control maybe. And I think that's another plausible, motive or whatever. I also think that he just strikes me as the type person that, again, I think there could be other people behind the scenes doing this, whether it's his mother or whatever. Maybe while he's in prison, he'll figure out how to stand on his own and not need to be so clingy and codependent on somebody else to essentially, like, live for him. Just because, I don't know. This part, I could see that, but I can't imagine him making the decision like that on his own and for himself. Let's see here. It'll be interesting speech pattern. Everything just very straight. a person, where it's very much alone. Yeah, I do think he's going to end up very much alone at the end of this. I think his family will always stand next to him, obviously. You know, his mother, father, sister. I just think they will. I mean, that's quite clear. His mother made that very clear. And his father is his father. He's gonna, you know, again, I'd say this, at the end of the day, that's their child. They're gonna have that unconditional love for him. The fact that we're not seeing them, you know, disown him, whatever, I would never really expect that to come of the situation. I think because the parents were like overly, you know, choosing the wrong arena to show some support was not the best move. But I don't fault them for still having that unconditional love, because I think most any parent would. But it doesn't mean they have to agree with what he did or support it at all. So some of these are trying to repeat themselves. Those are some of the main things. I don't want this video to be some 30-minute video of me scrolling through, because y'all are gonna be like, oh my gosh, and this. But I just wanted to hit on some of the interesting things that could happen. Again, I think that these are all very interesting, very plausible, and he might surprise us with something completely out of left field. Here's another thing that somebody said. You know, he's not going to tell his father and mother anything over the phone because prison calls are recorded, so are visitations, if I'm thinking correctly. So that would make sense why it's like, he hasn't told me anything about that. Pardon me. I do feel like at this point, though, with visitations, and I don't know how that would work, that clearly Cindy's been able to visit him and talk to him. So if this does go in any direction of, you know, we're going to try and come up with, because it is plausible that he could, he's had time to sit and do nothing and sit and think and fester, and he could have delved deeper into his original story to come up with something. Imagine that he's realized, oh my gosh, now I'm in prison, I'm in here on really bad charges, let me try and go deeper into the lie that I told to basically make it look like, no, I didn't kill them. Like, that, I didn't kill my kids. Yeah, I killed my wife for retaliation, but that was not me to kill the kids. I mean, that storyline for him would make sense because it's, you know, something to kind of save his life while he's in prison. Because I just believe that eventually, you know, one of the guards or one of the inmates or somebody will kill him. And like somebody said, oh, he's going to have a huge bounty on his head. And I mean, absolutely. I just don't see him lasting too long. I don't know how long Jeffrey Dahmer was in prison, before the guards accidentally let one of the doors open and people went in there, however it worked out, and killed him. And I just think something like that will happen to this guy, Chris. So, you know, again, if he does come back out and he does the whole, look, I take full blame for this, Shanann didn't do this, yada yada, it'll be interesting to see what the motive is, and I think that we'll find some of that out as time goes on. So anyways, I'm going to cut this video off now. I appreciate y'all hitting the comment section up. Keep on doing it. Let's continue this conversation. We're all going to wait till March 7th. Y'all have a good Sunday, and I will see you soon. Bye.